Okay, hello and welcome to today's video. This was meant to be a live stream, but last minute Wi-Fi troubles means that my computer isn't working. That's why I'm sure my audio is garbage. That's why you'll be getting probably my phone's audio, even though it's not giving me any of that audio. Let me actually just preemptively go over to that. Let's keep the music high, but I want to turn down. Actually, I don't know what that is. Hostile creatures will be down. Maybe not that low. Turn them to like 20. Friendly creatures can be down to 20. Max weather, keep that down to 20 in case it starts raining and trying to deafen you guys. Might even bring it down to 10. Okay. So, in honor of everything going to shit, I will be showing you guys a world I made for my own personal use. Right now I'm in the middle of how I usually start in my own personal worlds, which is creating a massive underground area. This right here will eventually be my let me just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, double that to be 48, then 49. This will be my eventual 49 block wide and maybe even longer storage bank. Literally going to be designed to look like a bank. That'll be in the center of what will be eventually like a business area. So when I get villagers down here, I want to have this be like a shopping area with a massive bank in the center. And I want to push the ceiling up like another 30 or so blocks. Right now, I'm out of torches, and I might have noticed that the area back there is lit, even though there are no torches. That's because I found a pool of lava that I recently completely drained, and I used that along with slabs to make the ground just light up on its own. That way I don't need torches, and I can use up lava, which is nice. But I'm actually out of lava, which means I need to make more torches. Do I have torches in my inventory? I do not. Yeah, and I'm also still trying to, I don't know why, but I decided, this is the first time I've done it, but to make my stair down to this, I decided to make the stairs down to this level diagonally instead of straight. I don't know why. This is where I'm putting all the things that will eventually be in there, although honestly I could probably put the slime block up. And decide about the redstone and lapis. But eventually everything will need to be down here anyways, so actually, you know what? Yeah, let's keep these down here for now. And on that note, let's go up. So every time I go up or down, I just try and clean up a little bit more. So, for example, widening the staircase where it's not been widened yet. Eventually, it'll just be alternating between 5 wide and 2 wide. I find that gives me the optimal diagonal aesthetic kind of thing. Here, I found a, amethyst. So I've just been slowly harvesting them whenever I come up or down and see that some are ready. Try to make sure I could maximize my profit of amethyst. As in my mind, right now, as the game is set up, amethyst is the most useful for a financial block. As it's sorry, I don't mean to say renewable, but it is renewable. But it's something that can be generated, but only at a set rate. So like, there is a naturally occurring kind of inflation, but it's, I don't know. It has a naturally occurring inflation, which I feel like lends itself to being used as a money system. When I go back to making my own multiplayer servers, I plan on using Amethyst as my primary money stand-in. Like I said, I actually can't hear the game's audio, so I don't know if you guys are getting the Minecraft's music like you're supposed to. And I won't have any way of editing it in after the fact. So hopefully the audio isn't too bad. I actually decided to take after like old school YouTube by putting myself in my closet for this. Actually, I just remembered. Another thing I do when I go up or down is I just try and fix up the roof. Because I, at one point, had started making the roof a little too short. So, yeah, I just gotta fix it up that. So, I'll just put in like 5 layers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. So that's the first layer of that done. And I just kind of tried to slowly, over time, fix up this hallway. Since I started off just kind of going down one side. And now I gotta clean it up. I've been using pretty much only Deep Slate for my tools because, well, I only need stone tools right now. And when you're digging at this level, stone actually becomes more valuable than Deep Slate because it's harder to acquire. Also, I actually don't like building with Deep Slate because of just anytime you place a block down on accident, as is prone to happen when you're playing Pocket Edition, it's just more of a bother to clean it up afterwards. Okay, sorry, someone just called me. I'll have to cut that out of the video. Sorry if I seem a bit distracted. This is my first time doing this, and I'm not sure how well it'll go, or even how well it would be received by you, the viewers. Since ultimately, my goal is to have a channel that is enjoyable for you guys. I am doing this for myself, so if I'm not having a good time, obviously I wouldn't be doing it. I was actually originally going to be playing a game that I had made with a group today for school, and it's a really cool space pirate junker card game that we had put into Tabletop Simulator. And then after I showed it off on stream, I was gonna take the time to add it to my website, which obviously you guys can see. It should be linked in the description. But yeah, like I said, internet troubles, and I got a message from my provider that said it won't be resolved in time. So I'm just having to make do with what I got. Oh, come on. On the surface, well, actually, let me first see if I have anything to put away. I do. Technically, I need to bring all this stuff down, but whatever. How's my furnace doing? Got a lot of copper. Also got a... Okay, here's something I need to put away. I need to put away the andesite. I really want to finish up the giant bank down there, because then I can get started with getting a much more cleaner storage method. right now I'm burning oak saplings since I had way too many of them. But yeah, so let's just grab 1, 2, 3. How do you guys like that? 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I guess I can wait until I have 9. Then I can more properly bring them all down at once. I forgot to leave piano. Oh. Anyway, so every time I come up here, what I've been doing is I've been just kind of wandering out for a little bit. I tried to clean up some trees, but I've had some massive tree growing. The kind of trees where you can't actually see all the logs, so you just need to, like, clean them up when you have the chance. Suppose I can do that now. Let's just go up like 4 for now. Where is this? Right there. Of course. Hopefully that's the only log. I'll dig up a little bit more to be sure. That might have been the last log in there. I think it is. Let's just let that despawn on its own. What was I saying? Yeah, so I just come down here. I'll cut down a few trees. Just because of how much resource I tend to have, I tend to do it in bits where first I will clean up all the floating trees and then go on forward to collect the blocks that I want to collect, which I will show you over there. And then while I'm going back and forth, after that, I will pick up the stuff that drops from the leaves and chopping additional trees, just the bases of them, because I actually won't have a lot of room for blocks in my inventory, and I want to have the trees eventually despawn. There we go. Over here is where I've started harvesting more blocks, although I can't do it here because I found out that underneath this is giant ravine. And it's even like over here. I say ravine, I don't know what to call that. I noticed that's a lot more common since the big, the Big Caverns update, or whatever it's called. Something like that. But yeah. So all I do is I try and make it so that there's a specific pattern to the landscape. And wherever I see blocks not fitting that pattern, I remove them. And as a result, I just have a way of gathering all the blocks I need without making the landscape be this ugly, barren wasteland. Sometimes I dig up too many blocks, but as long as I try and stick to the pattern, those little deviations from that pattern actually help add to the natural feeling of it. So, just kind of let them be, for the most part. Also, just because of the nature of the pattern, as I strip away land, mistakes early on end up not being mistakes, just early ways of cleaning up blocks that are going to be removed later. So, yeah, I have a system. Long story short, TLDR, I have a system and I think it works pretty good for me. It does take a lot of time though, but I find that having projects like this that you do while building or doing your other projects helps keep you motivated for those much bigger, longer form projects that can just take a lot of time and kind of become a drag if you just do them for too long. This way I can stay in the right mindset while working on them. Like I said though, it's a system that's designed to work for me more than anything. Is it the best system? For me it is, but obviously not for most people. I think everyone should have their own system, their own method of doing things. So what works for me might not and probably won't work for anyone else. Or rather, for most people. I shouldn't say not for anyone else. That would be just as inaccurate. But, yeah. If you want to know what my system is, so I look at this kind of space with blocks, and anywhere where there's flat space, I try and make it be no more and no less than, well, it can be more. I try to make it so it's no less than 2 blocks before the next row up. And then when I come across a corner like this, even if the rules aren't being broken, that first rule isn't being broken, I take the immediate diagonal and then go one in one direction and then one in the other direction and clean those up. After that, anywhere where there's a space of blocks that are 3 wide or less, I just clean them out. And that gives me a relatively natural looking, but also very open and easy to traverse space that doesn't get in the way or anything, which is everything I want it to be. Then there's some areas that I did not want to do that. There's going to be a few areas where I will want to fill in with dirt, like this giant fucking hole, but that's kind of not going to happen for a while. So I might, at some points, use up a little bit of the dirt I collect for that purpose. So with these rules, in addition to clearing out the initial space, the cleaning up areas that are 3 blocks or fewer wide will also mean that I get areas like this where it's 3 wide, which helps add a little bit of deviation to the landscape, which is actually what you want when you're designing your Minecraft worlds. Because if it's too monotonous, it stops looking natural and starts to look, I think the term is uncanny valley, where it's almost natural, but it's just not quite there. This is an area where I'm going to have to do a lot of digging because it keeps going up by 2. Anywhere where there's a mountain, I have a different kind of rule set for keeping it mountainous, but this is just like a giant hill, so I have no issue with cleaning this out. But in the process of cleaning this out, I'm probably going to get down to actual stone, which is how I'm going to end up getting the majority of my stone in this world. Let's just push these back a little bit further, because I know I'm going to have to later anyways. I'll mark this tree for removal later since it's in the way of progress. And that taller tree I'll actually just remove completely since I don't want to get to a point where it becomes a hassle to clean it out. And there we go. We will mark you. And we'll start cutting this guy down. Very relaxing. I do like Minecraft for that reason. I feel like it is one of the most relaxing games out there. Just get down and build. I mean, except for, when it becomes night and you have to deal with a bunch of undead creatures and exploding plants and shit that just wants to kill you. Other than that, it's a very relaxing game. This tree looks like it'll also be in the way of progress, so I might as well mark it down now. And it's already becoming night. Oh, gotta be careful. on the way home. Do I have any space in my inventory? I do not. Unfortunate, so I won't be able to grab this stuff on the way there. But when I get back to my little home outpost area, the first thing I'm going to do is start putting some stuff away. And I'm still going to pass by this area to pick up things like sticks. One of the reasons I don't replant these trees is one thing that I've been dealing with a lot is just mobs hiding under the trees in the mornings. And I just want to minimize that as much as I can. There's also local wolves that have been killing the naturally spawning sheep. So that's free meat and wool. Though if you look at my hunger bar, you'll notice that I haven't really been eating at all. That is intentional. Just early game, I like to not eat because I feel like I'd rather save the resources. I've been collecting the seeds. Let's see, I can put away more deep slate. That'll open up a good amount of my inventory. I just try to clean up my inventory before sleeping so that, because obviously I want to ensure I'm spending my time as efficiently as possible. And that way, when I wake up, since it's now safe to go out, I can immediately go out and start collecting the resources that I saw on my way home. It means that by the time I'm back at the block harvesting area, I won't have as much inventory space, even though I just cleaned it out. But, this is where I start not taking the time to fully cut down the trees that I go past. Just kind of marking out ones that I would like to remove because they're kind of in the way. And I also try and collect all the saplings while I'm here. These are going to be in the way since I'm cleaning up that area now. So I want to make sure I can just walk there in a straight line without worrying about these things slowing me down. And I start from the top and work my way down just because obviously that's easier. Means I don't have to deal with a big fuck off hole. I'll just cut this tree down completely. There we go. And just little bit by little bit, I strip away the dirt until I have a much more manageable space. Although I might have cut away too much. Let me see how it's looking over here. Too late to go back, but oh no, it'll be fine. 2, 1, 2. Oh. This time, since I have the space for it, I'm going to make a couple of shovels. I try and keep, like, crafting tables in the areas that I'm working, or at least nearby, so I don't have to go all the way home each time. Like I said, I've just been using the deep slate for my tools. Yeah, I'll go ahead and make 3, I think that was, or was that more? I think I made 4. Oh, right, because no, I didn't turn any logs into sticks. All those sticks were from trees that had been fallen. That's another one of the reasons why I like doing it this way, is because I end up just collecting the resources I need for the task at hand while doing the task. Makes it nice and, again, just really convenient. Another stick. There we go. Yeah. Obviously, this wasn't enough. I didn't push this space back enough, but I don't need to do it enough all in one go because that's just not going to happen. There's simply too much that needs to be done. So kind of like how I said, I like to have secondary projects such as this to make it so that my big projects don't become too monotonous, I try and go back and forth between this and the big projects so that this doesn't become too monotonous. Let's see. That's that. Going over here. And I just stick to my rules even if I know I need to dig up later, because these rules also allow me to make sure I always have enough space for walking around, going up and down, without too much hassle. Oh, look, cool. I need, like I mentioned before, the reason why I left was to get more torches. Since carving up these hills tends to get me coal, like I said, this is just a really convenient way for me to get all the resources I could ever ask for. So let's just do that, because this was going to be 3 or less afterwards anyways. And let's go back to this. This gets me a bunch of dirt, which once I am done up here, well, not completely done, like I said, I'll be leaving here before I'm done collecting all the resources. Once I've done enough collecting, I will show you what I do with the dirt, because I really don't like wasting resources. So I make sure to use every block of dirt as best I can. Sometimes I am more efficient than other times, which I'll explain later. Oh, I am officially full, aren't I? I am. Okay. And we gotta go back down. I would try and tame a horse, because horses have been spawning naturally around here, but I do not have a saddle, and although there are areas I can fish, I just do not like fishing. Eventually I will have to, unless I can find, like, all the things that I could get from fishing from mob chests, like spawner chests and stuff like that. But I suspect that is probably not going to be a reliable source of things like name tags or enchanted books. Let's see, okay. Let's actually take this stack of saplings, we can put those away, and just relight the forge. Let's see what I've currently got. I'm waiting on iron and that copper. Great. Did I leave gold? Did I put gold in there? I thought I put gold in there. Ah, well, it must have already been cooked or something. Also, while I'm here, I will craft up the slabs that I'm using in my tunnel until I have about 64. Just to preemptively try and clear up a little bit more space. If I get enough cobblestone while I'm trying to get this dirt and other stuff, where is it? Is it this chest? Yeah, I'll go ahead and put in another row of cobblestone in there. And again, this is just my process. My playstyle really does just focus on managing time, which might seem odd since I feel like I'm actually a relatively slow player, especially if you watch like speedrunners. Sorry, I got another call. Okay. I'm sorry, I got another call. What was I saying? Right, so especially if you watch like speedrunners, this area needs to be carved back a little. But you know, you need to remember that those aren't normal instances. Those are people who are very specifically trying to play in a way that is much faster than most people can play it. I'm simply not able to play at that pace. It's too fast for me to understand. So instead, I just play at my own pace. That's why I don't eat. That's why I guess it's not really about managing time. The way I play is more about managing resources. So I don't eat and I walk everywhere so that I don't get hungry. And then stuff like that. Or I will eat if I get low on health, but otherwise I just kind of leave it be. Now I can pick up these dirt blocks like I was supposed to. And let's go over here just to kind of clean up this bit. I dug up an extra block there, but that's okay, since I'm pretty sure I'll need to dig it up anyways, eventually. There's all that. Going here, I can clean up these. And, yeah. How much dirt have I got? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this is the 7th layer of dirt. I think once my next shovel breaks, I will move on to the next part. Let's get back, because it's already getting dark out. And actually, for this, since I want this to be on my channel, I don't want to just be me digging for all that time. Maybe I'll go ahead and go back down the mines and show you what I do with all the dirt. But yeah, I've already done that to clean up this large land, as you can kind of see. So it still keeps its very natural feel, but obviously the larger scale it gets, the less natural modifying the land like that is going to look. Whatever. I operate at the speed of me. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I currently have... Okay. Yeah, let's just head back. Before I do, actually, let's put the bucket out of the way. I'm gonna grab one more thing there, just because my brain wants to go down with a minimum of one full stack of these slabs. And when I get down there, obviously I'm going to be using them up a lot, so it doesn't ultimately matter. One big drawback of my playstyle is a lot of time gets wasted on going up and down these giant stairways. Because obviously you're going from ground level, or sometimes even a little bit above if you're starting on a hill like I am, all the way down to the bottom of the world. So just, eventually I'll want to get like some powered rails going up and down, and I'll want to get or maybe I can just use a giant water elevator. Something like that. Something that's powered by soul sand and I think netherrack. But yeah, so already you can kind of see what I do is I try and fill up these giant caverns. How did you get here? Go away. So that they're a little bit safer and I don't need to do things like filling in giant areas with torches, although I do still end up needing to I forgot to make torches. Did I grab any coal? I did not. Egg on my face. I might actually have to go back up just to do that. Again, I have rules for how I fill in space here. up until I've completely explored an area and got all the resources I can from an area. Once I've done that, I would just completely block it in. But yeah. So I gotta go here, fill in all this. And I should probably just have more of the dirt in my hotbar so that I'm not, like, going back and forth here as much. There we go. Luckily, I have enough torches around here already that it's not too much of an issue. God, do I go back right now for those torches, or do I keep waiting? I really don't know. Yeah. Honestly, I'm kind of thinking I need to fill in over here too. Because this area back here is a little difficult to even get to. And that's where I want to eventually put the stairs to the next level, which I can already start working on, so I might as well. So I fill it in all the way. That actually saves me one torch, since I don't think I need to light up anymore on this floor. Which means it'll actually also be helpful for having the first torch up on the next floor. Yeah, let's just go like that. That's not gonna, like, bump my head or anything, is it? No? Cool. And I just make every step too wide. That looks like it would be a problem, but I might just... Yeah, I'll just make this floor be 3 wide. Or not 3 wide, 3 high. And I can start doing like that. There we go. Then it's just a matter of making sure I don't let this area get too dark. Let's put a torch up here, I guess. Is there any resources in there? No? Cool. Fill that in. Fill that. Fill this space. It is a lot of just filling in space. But I like it. It's safe, convenient, and I don't really have anything else to say about it than that it's safe and convenient. I already said it, like, that's kind of just how I play. Let's put that lower. Actually, I don't want to put too much flooring above that, though, because I want to make sure this space doesn't get too dark. It's already kind of leaning on the side of being too dark. Over here should be fine. Okay, I'll grab torches and then run back to kind of finish the job once I'm done here. And yeah, I do this so that I can get up high enough to gather the resources that are above where I discovered the cave. But I don't have to worry about, like, falling or doing anything that would result in like a knockout or anything like that. Like I said, I'm a very cautious player. Can I? No, I can't. Let's just put that there. In that case, here, just because it's a little annoying, we'll actually fill in all this. Can't really do it the way I want, actually. Might end up filling all of this. Weird. Wasn't what I was planning, but now that I've started, I can see that that's almost definitely the best option. Which means instead, I should maybe change the direction that I'm doing the stairs. I'll do it like here, maybe. No, that doesn't really work either, does it? Oh, wow, I'm really struggling here with how I want to do this. Let's grab this torch, move it here. That ought to be good. Then I can just do that. Oh, right, I forgot I didn't finish this floor yet. We need to move this down. We actually haven't even finished this floor yet, but that's just because I don't really know what to do about the water until I can get to the top and kind of plug it up. Once I do that, I'll have to come back down and kind of finish the job. I can do this. Kind of makes the space a little odd, but works. And then I'll just have that be the floor, the ending of the floor. Yeah, I think so. So just something like that. Oh, that's really dark. I definitely want to get more torches before I continue up there. In the meantime, I can try filling up this middle space without going all the way to the wall. That way the torches from below can continue. Kind of want to link there in case anything spawns over there and comes over. Do this. Yeah, I can do it from here. Because even if a zombie spawns there, they won't be able to. Like, they'd obviously just, like, fall down, take hard damage, and then go up the stairs. But, you know, just want to make sure I'm as careful as I can be. Okay. That'll do for now. We can grab this torch, move it around a little, because I want to fill in here. And also kind of here. This area is a little bit dark. Let's just... do this. Fill it in a little bit more. Since eventually this area is going to be completely filled in once I deal with the water. So this won't really have any lasting impact. And actually, if I could fill it in enough, I could have reused that torch. Oh well. When I first started digging, I need to fill in over there too. That'll get me another torch. When I first started filling in these caverns, that's a giant slime. My first goal was just to get around enough, as you can see, to light up the general area. The immediate area, if you will. And then, after that, it's just about kind of cleaning it out safely. And every once in a while I try and leave a fresh pickaxe in that chest, so that if I ever die and I can't get my stuff back, I just have a chest with fresh pickaxes that I can eventually just use. So it's basically just a plan B box. This is not a hardcore world, so death is almost inevitable in that sense. But yeah. So I do have a backlog of coal. I try not to make too many torches because I actually like to use coal blocks as a decorative block rather than just for torches. I would rather use lava for a light source, but until I get to the nether, that's kind of an issue. And I don't really want to go to the nether if I'm not prepared for the nether. Let's just make a bunch of torches, since I am going to need them until I can find the next batch of lava. So there's that. And I guess we'll leave the slime blocks. But let's actually grab all this since I'm going back down now. And I can put those in the chest down there that I showed you guys already had some of each of these resources. The tunnel down to that cavern area is complete. Eventually I want to swap out the walls and ceiling for much more aesthetically pleasing blocks, but it's function and then form. First, get the shape completely carved out, then start worrying about what blocks you're using to make those shapes. Again, it does end up leading to a lot of placement and replacement. But since I don't have every block at my disposal, this is the best method. Because one of the things I want to use is blackstone. To get blackstone, I need to go to the nether, find that biome, and then, actually, before I can go all the way down, then harvest it and bring it to Overworld and build with it, assuming I have enough for what I want to do. And if I had to do all that and also worry about it's my safety while doing all that, it just feels like it would be a bit much for me. So that's why I kind of do it this way. Safety first, then once I know that I am safe to do that, I just do it. I am sorry about how awkward I am sometimes. I'm not always the best with words, but I think I am conveying the idea effectively. I hope. Maybe. Possibly. I don't know. All I can do is try. Finally seen what's all the way up here, which is nice. Oh. Battery getting low. Kind of take that as a sign as I need to wrap up soon. So here's the plan. I'm going to get back to the base of this the base of this base, put things away, maybe show you a little bit of how I'm digging it out, and then we will wrap up for today. How does that sound? Sorry today's thing is so short and awkward and random. Like I said, I had plans, but life happens. today that means the Wi-Fi was cut for a little bit too long. But oh well. There we go, that's the first of 5 layers. That's the second, technically. And we can get the third. And I just do 5 layers at a time because that pleases my brain. So I placed these torches that are on the stairwell in the very middle and every third full block down, I think? No, every other full block down, which translates to being every 4th half step. That just was a effective and efficient way of spacing them out to maximize their coverage, which obviously is a priority for me. Okay. Now let's see. 2. Oh wait, I actually dug up too much. That's not great. So how does that translate? That means I need to do that again. And there we go. Okay. Maybe 3 and then 4. And that means that this should be the final one of these guys before I continue on my way. Okay, there's that, and I guess that was it actually. Right, let's just dig there, 4, and let's see, what is next for us? Right, we want to check in on these. Any fully grown crystals? I'm not seeing any that are fully grown. Okay. I don't even know how much. Yeah, my inventory is like chock full. I can clean up some of the inventory space by, like, for example, turning that redstone into blocks. I'll have to do that right here. And there. And then let's turn the rest of these blocks, or at least as many of them, into redstone as well. So all but 8, or all these redstone into blocks as well. I think I said that backwards. There, that's much cleaner space-wise. I'm not going to do the same with the amethyst, because once you turn them into blocks, I actually don't think you can turn them back. So I try and keep them as crystals. So all those blocks were gone from the original amethyst area that I had mined out. There we are. So, okay, so here's my example. This is going to be a little 4x4 shop at the corner of a 3-way split for the street. There's going to be a diagonal street to give you direct access to the bank at the center. And then there's going to be streets going down either side for everyday travel. I don't know why I like building underground more than I like building above ground. But, yeah, this is just kind of my way of doing things. Like, I can give reasons why I would prefer this, from just, oh, it's, like a dwarf. I feel like a dwarf when I do it this way. Which is true. This is very dwarf-like. But I don't know if it's the reason I do it this way. So why is there a difference here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's why. This torch actually needed to be placed one further. Right, so on the flat ground, I place it every 5th tile, which isn't actually the most effective way of placing of torches, but I find it to be the most effective way of placing them that, other than just preventing things from spawning, also gives me ample light to actually see. I don't want to just use like the bare minimum for sight. It's not enough for me. But yeah, at any 3-way intersection like that, there's going to be 2 instances of a 4x4 shopping area. Here is another 3-way split that goes into the 2-way split. And right here we're going to get another 2, like I just said, 4x4 shopping areas. Which means I'll need to carve out, like, this space. And these are just going to be, like, the smallest, cheapest, most basic stores, kind of. That's the idea. Then as you get to bigger buildings, it'll be the more expensive or specialized kind of stores that you would expect to be making more of a profit. Also, you need to dig up more of the ceiling. That's a whole other thing that I've been doing. So, just gonna dig up a little bit. Like that. Over here is where I had gotten the lava, which is why these are a little bit weirdly shaped. It's also why this area exists. I should probably light it up. There we go. This was all lava originally, but I mined it out. Over here, there will also be a roadway that leads straight to the front door of the bank, and that's what this will be, the entrance to the bank. I should probably also grab this while I'm here. I do have a very grab it while you can kind of mentality. Not always in the moments, just, like, if it's convenient, if it is convenient in the moment, go ahead and grab it. That's kind of how I do things. I really want to get the majority of the road network done before I start worrying about things like the shopping, building placement, and layouts. So, that's why I do this. Let's actually go in another 3 spaces, because I think that's where the next torch placement should be, since I can treat the lava as basically the edge of... Or I can treat the lava as a torch. So I just need to go out to here. And after I dig out this area and place down the torch, I think I'll end it for today. Oh, but yeah, I might pick up that redstone too, since again, I'm already here. I already have redstone in my inventory. It'll be kind of convenient. And let's just fully clear out this space. I can already put down the torch, so I think I will. And then I won't need to worry about, like, digging up the ground where the lava is going to be, because obviously I don't want to open where those lavas are. It just kind of makes it more inconvenient. But at the same time, after I collect the redstone, I'm not going to fill it in because, well, I mean, I will fill in, like, that one right there because it goes below where I want the lava to go. But yeah, for the most part, I'm just going to, if there's not going to be lava there, if there's going to be lava there, just kind of leave it empty. And yeah. Maybe another 6 stone before I leave. That is the problem I find with Minecraft, is for as relaxing as it is, I always end up in this mentality of, oh, I can always do one more thing. How about one more thing? Let's just do one more thing. So before I get too wrapped up in that, I just want to say thank you for joining me. I know today's video is a bit odd. I know that it's not the best. But do leave me your thoughts in the comments. Hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you would like to see more of my Pocket Edition world. If that's the case, let me know. Other than that, this month's art event has started. It is Drawing Your Winter Sona. So do check that out. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.